Mark Twain reportedly said, "If you have to eat a live frog, do it first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you throughout the day." Brian Tracy actually wrote a book called Eat the Frog, or Eat That Frog, to uh, kind of expand about the theory that, if you have an unpleasant task, get it out of the way, move on with your life. It's now considered a very effective time management strategy that if you prioritize to get the stuff that you would normally delay on because you don't want to do it, if you get that out of the way, you'll probably work a lot better on the stuff that you want to work on anyway. Whereas uh, the more you delay, the less productive you become relative to some of the unpleasant tasks in your daily life or at work or wherever it may be. So I think that this is one of the lessons we all can use. It isn't intuitively the way that many of us work because the tendency is to procrastinate about stuff that you don't want to do, whether it's making that call to uh, a person that may be conveying some bad news about employment, or whether you got what you wanted from a complaint, uh, from a consumer complaint, and so on. Whatever it may be, whether it's something that's physically unpleasant, whether it involves dealing with somebody who's unpleasant, it won't go away by procrastinating. I have to say, every once in a while, you might find that it does settle itself by itself without any actual intervention on your part. And that's one of the things that kind of keeps procrastinating alive. But generally, you will be more effective, more positive, more productive in the long run if you get the frog eaten as early as possible. In other words, get the unpleasant stuff out of the way first, and everything else will fall in line pretty much. Great strategy for staying positive, a great strategy for being able to be productive, and a great strategy for getting the unpleasant stuff out of the way rather than hanging over your head and thinking of yourself as a procrastinator. So if you have to eat a frog, do it. Obviously, if you can avoid it, you can avoid it. But if you are ultimately going to have to eat it, eat the frog right away. Get the unpleasant stuff out of the way early, and everything else will be less noxious and more productive for you. So this is Dr. Ron Kaiser from the Mental Health Gym, spending another pleasant time with you, even though the subject may not be all that pleasant about eating frogs. Looking forward to communicating with you again and hope to see you at the Mental Health Gym.